Good day. Welcome back again to our vlog. So today we will be discussing about numbers and general classifiers. So di kiau liōng-sû. So uh, first I'll discuss numbers 1 to 10. So most often than not, when we're counting numbers, we use the colloquial readings. Uh, except for the zero, we use kong. So we have kong, chit, nung, sa, si, go, lak, chit, pwe, cow, chop. Okay. Then for nouns or formal words, or when we're talking about telephone numbers, we use uh, the literary reading. So we have kong, it, di, sam, si or su. Then we have ngo, diok. And then we don't really use tiak, but we also use pat and q. So sip, we also use it, but very rare. So um before I move on to the next slide, uh do take note that the use of nung and d are different. So for tens to millions digit placement, d is used for tens digit placement. So nung is used for hundreds to millions digit placement. Then once digit placement, we have nung, which is used when the entire number counted is less than 10. When used in a single digit number, like when we're counting, right? Sit nung sa si. Then for d, it is used when the entire number counted is greater than 10, multi-digit 10. So as you'll observe in the next slide, we say chop d instead of chop nung. Alright? For example, we have chop it, chop d, chop sa, chop si, chop go. So usually, you'll hear people when they speak fast, they will say chago, chago. So there. Uh, next, next we have uh, next we have tens digits ending with zero. So the general rule here is uh, we say numbers 2 to 9 and then say 10 afterwards. So D chop, sa chop, si chop, go chop. Yeah, there. So moving on, we have numbers 21 to 99 in general. So the general rule here is uh, you just say numbers 2 to 9 and the number 10, and then you say another what numbers 1 to 9. So so for example, we have here number 21, d chap it. Then number 34, sa chap si. Then for number 46, si chap lap. So moving on. So here we have the numbers, the hundreds. So as you can see, we have a note here reg- relating to what I have mentioned a while ago in slide 2. Uh, we don't say we don't say di pa because it just sounds off and it uh, does not follow the rule. So next we say kong for empty, but zero, it means zero in this case. So kong kong is generally used to skip digits all the way to the next digit, to the digit after next, or to the ones digit. So here we have uh, samples. The first sample is chipa, then we have nong pa, then we have sa pa. Then to apply the kong, we have 100 for chipa kong si, or we have 306 sa pa kong lap. So moving on, we have the thousands. So here we have chicheng, chicheng. Then we have 2000s, 2000, nung chiang, nung chiang. Then we have 3000, sa chiang, sa chiang. Then 1200 is chicheng nung pa, chicheng nung pa. Usually, oh, for 2400 we say nung chiang si pa, nung chiang si pa. Then for 4600 we say si chiang lak pa, si chiang lak pa. But usually we'll hear people say for 2400 and example, we say, you'll hear people say nong chiang si, nong chiang si. This is because it is already generally understood that uh, the last digit that will be said is the right after the previous digit, which is in this case the hundreds. So again, we have nong chiang si, or si chiang lak. So again, to apply the rule of the kong, we have go chiang kong pue. Then for 7019 we have chicheng kong chap cao, chicheng kong chap cao. So there you have it. And finally, to say 10,000, we don't say chap chiang, we say chiban, chiban. Okay, so that's it for the numbers part. So moving on, we will have Tim to discuss the general classifiers, or liōng-sû.
Okay, so I'll be discussing about the general classifiers. So what are general classifiers? These are somewhat like unit of measurement, but it it takes in the place of marking a noun that comes after. Like for example, in English, we have a pair of shoes. Pair there is the classifier or the measure word. So it's like that in Hokkien, except that we use it a lot more. So here are just a few of the more general, basic classifiers that we use. First is ge or e, which is a generic classifier used for anything, used for people or things that we don't know what other classifier to specifically associate it with. We use ge or e. And then ko is classifier for money. Pun is classifier for literary items. Hang, as in jehang taiji. This is measure word for matters or mga bagay. And then te, te is classifier for pieces. Jite. And it could also be specifically used for tables or chairs. So jite to, jite I. Ku is classifier for sentences, speech or languages. There's, for example, tiku oe, one one speech of sentence. Siu is classifier for songs and poems. Uh, Pai and or mai is classifier for occurrences, events, or instances. Pai, some people use dialectal difference. Here in the Philippines, some people use mai and some people use pai. Then there's tiang or teng is also teng and tiang is also dialectal difference. This is classifier for cars. And then tia is classifier for animals, but specifically for those animals that have legs or mammals like that. And then so let's have some examples here on the usages of the general classifier. So first we have sige lang, this person, sae lang, three people. Now, if you notice, we use ge and e. When are the times that we use ge and e? My Our observation is that it this is just the same word, but if we're counting in numbers, sige, sae, sige, nange, sae, sie, goe, lake, chide, poe, kaoe, zape. You notice that sige, one thing is the only word that uses ge for that, but the rest is e. Um, Now for using this general classifier in terms of a demonstrative pronoun like tig, tig, tige, most of the time we use ge for that. Although there are some families naman that would also use tide, so some of them also directly use e. So both are okay. Just saying that. Now, ko is for money. Lakpa ko. Lakpa ko. I have 600 pesos. Um, yeah, straightforward. Next we have pun, ji, jipun che, one book. And then hang, jihang taiji. Now we have jiteto, this table, or hite i, as in that chair. So jit is this, and hit is that. Mm. Jiku gigian, this language. Jiku ue, one speech, word, or thing. Jisyu kwa, one measure word of a song. Jisyu si, this the Jisyu si, sorry about that. Jisyu si, this classifier of poem. Yeah. And some more sentences. We have another classifier, poi, which is a measure word for cups, amount of cups. Di kangwa tue, jipoi zui. Di kangwa tue, jipoi zui. Give me a glass of water. It's a command statement. Hitja kao chia ya pong. So that classifier of dog, uh, Chi is to raise, and then a or ka. Dialectal difference. Some people say ka, some people say a. This is meaning of this is like to the point of, or to the point at which become very. Ya is very, and then pong is fat. Next we have pai and mai and sang. Qua e mai be boy hisang oi. Qua e mai be boy hisang oi. I'll buy that pair of shoes next time. Or ama jipai bo ki put si. Lola this time around did not go to the temple. Jitiang chia or jiteng chia. This car, this measure word of car. Some other people would also say jia chia jia can also be for a car. So that's it for this lesson. Please like, share, and subscribe, and feel free to make any comments down below if there are any questions or clarifications regarding this topic.